it'll be another 2 minutes before anything happens. Yeah, there's a delay in the channel, but I think that 2 minutes gets lost. I don't think it ever actually shows up, so.
Alright, I have the name of the Sky Rangers 1v1 pilot.
Excellent.
We're still early, 3 minutes. So are you live now? Or, I mean, I know the channel's not live, but...
Yeah, we're live. It's another 60 seconds before it's going to show up in Twitch.
Alright, so, I don't know, want to start talking about the match?
I'd really like to
what's
talk
your
about
name
this,
first?
I want to talk about the 1v1 mech, this AC-20 Snub-Nose PPC, because standing 4 feet away from somebody with 30 alpha, bold decision, but a Bushwhacker is certainly something that could take it.
Yeah. And this is a mech I came up with. It's the one I actually submitted. Just kind of a coincidence I happen to be casting this week, but
so you've got
yeah, it's pretty fun.
interest.
Yeah, vested interest. See, it's got like just enough head armor that you can take AC-20 to the head, I think, but you don't really want to be taking too many headshots. It's kind of just a fun knife fighting mech. Actually fights Novas pretty well just because you take their arms off in 1 or 2 hits. But anyways, we just got here, but both pilots seem to be ready. We got Sky Rangers on one side and Clan Crossfire on the other. So Sky Rangers, I'm pretty sure, North American team, and Clan Crossfire, a bunch of Kiwis.
It'll certainly get interesting here for a bit. Well, would you go for the left torso, or are you going to go CT if you were in this one?
I'm going CT all day. I think you waste too much time going for that side torso. You know, these things protect their side torso really well. It's kind of the whole point of the mech, is you can dead side super hard with it. And it's still fully armored on both side torsos, so...
The joys of a standard engine and IS mech. Alright, we should be live on Twitch. I've got stable frames. We're all good.
Okay, ready to launch? Well, let's get in here. Please no crashes, please no crashes. Alright, it looks like channel is live. I see wonderful mech build.
Yes!
Wonderful standard engine Bushwhacker.
We have victory. Alright, boys and girls. Everybody go grab a drink. Coffee, booze, anti-corona juice, whatever you need to do to get through the day. Let's get started here.
Yep.
See if we
just
have
coming
any
up the elevators.
awful paid jobs. My favorite part of the day.
Oh, yeah. Definitely get some of that. It's like the only thing you can customize almost, other than your skill tree.
This is command. Eliminate
One of us is doubling. We'll get that taken care of in just a second here. Fairly plain background from Knives. Let's go see what Sky Ranger's got.
Yeah, he's pretty boring. Got the red and black. He's colored one of his arms, though. I think, yeah, it's the dead side arm is painted red, so maybe try to draw a little aggro to that side. Shoot this one. They're just kind of circling around the edge.
Looks like Knives is taking the high ground, going to the secret spot up top. Go take control of catwalks.
Jevrock did place a nice UAV. Oh, now they've seen each other, and it looks like high ground versus low ground. His Knives gonna stay up there or drop down?
Why don't you do a lot of the color commentary? I'm apparently coming through twice.
Got his back to him. Knives has dropped, and now they still see each other. So no big first hit from Knives. Looks like it went CT on Jevrock. Jevrock responding in kind. Jevrock, is he going legs? No, he just spread some damage out a little bit. Takes off the useless arm, and they're just kind of circling each other, trying to pop each other's CTs. Knives is definitely getting the better end of these trades, though. And yeah, Jevrock quite hurt. Knives only really taking shots to the dead side. 80% on knives. Let's see. Yeah, 59 on Jev. JevRock still hasn't lost any weapons though, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. You just gotta start landing these shots better. Jev's AC-20 side is now open though, and a CT. Definitely gonna go the way in Clan Crossfire here though. He's just not quite keeping up with Knives' shots. And down, or Jexrock. I'm sorry, I've been pronouncing his name wrong the entire game. So yeah, Knives taking it away. A little commando pilot from Yor, showing he's got what it takes in the Bushwhacker. Overall, pretty solid damage from both sides. I just think Knives is getting more shots in early, and Jex never really caught up or managed to land his quite as well.
All right, Twitch chat. Let's see if we fix that doubling issue real quick. Hopefully we can get this all sorted out. And it's just a 1v1, so we're not missing too much, but we can go take a look at how much damage got done, make sure everything's working there. I mean, the tail of the match, when you do 150 more damage than your opponent, you're probably going to win a 1v1. So,
all right,
a little bit of
I'm
missing.
gonna. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kick both these pilots. I'm gonna send Captain Cat an invite. He'll tell us what side he wants. We'll get them on their side, and then we'll get the rest of the Sky Rangers guys in.
All right, well, while you do that, I'm going to go through the map strat real quick. Honestly, it's really simple. I mean, Kappa's in the middle, and everybody's taking lights plus one medium. The real question is, how much high ground do you want? Especially with the key positions we've seen some of the summoners use, a couple of other mechs, PPCs or Veagles. Team 2 side, you don't really want to take the radio tower. I don't feel the better position is going to be over near the water. Maybe by the boat, maybe up on the mountainside. But honestly, MPLs straight through both sides, no prisoners, no stopping. I really feel is going to be how this plays out. We've seen a lot of Wolfhounds. We've seen a lot of K9s. The meta is pretty established for these lights. Do you feel like there's anything worth bringing extra special for this map?
I mean, the interesting thing about this map, like Kappa is so wide open from water. You could bring like one Overwatch medium, right? And like sit that guy, bring your team out into water, try and get a guy to Kappa early, or maybe just even give up Kappa, sit your entire team out water, and like have one Overwatch guy just kind of on boat and force the other team to push into you. You don't necessarily have to play inland. We saw a team last week. I think it was CSPS versus 2-2 and Blackwatch. They like CSPS just sat a bunch of guys over here, and Blackwatch never really could do anything from Team 1 side. You could, try that as Team 2. Just have like your one medium be an Overwatch mech sitting right here, while all your lights and other guys are sitting kind of in front of him, and just kind of play and make the other team push you out across open water.
We have seen maps where the cap point was very important, or at least open like this. People taking Vulcans to back up Wolfhounds. Basically just treating it like a fifth light. I'd really be interested to see whether or not a Vulcan could overcome something like a Bushwhacker with Ultra 10s, or maybe... I don't know, what mech could take ER larges, sit in the back from this map?
I don't think you'd want to take ER larges. I mean, you could do it, I think... back in the day, you used to see people bring. There's one like uber quirked trebuchet. I think you could put like a couple large lasers on it. I don't think we'll see that so much. It's kind of fallen out of favor. I think if you're gonna bring something, you'd bring like a PPC Vapor Eagle, which like PPCs, they're not the best brawling weapon per se, but they're the kind of weapons where you get one or two good hits on a light, and that light is like crippled for the rest of the fight.
There is something to be said for playing around in this area of the map, too, where I've got highlighted. There's deep enough water there, you can actually hide the legs. If you're getting legged, falling back to a position like that where you've got the damage reduction while you're in the water, could be big. but you're so far away from that cap point, and you can't really influence the fight unless the fight comes to you. But how's the lobby looking?
Lobby's ready to go. Gray Fox is ready. Let me ask Cat.
Sounds good.
They are all technically ready, but he hasn't said anything, so just make sure. All right, both teams are ready, so let's go ahead and get in there. Let me double check. Oh, I almost picked the wrong game mode.
Mistakes would have been
Sweat
made.
off my brow.
It's really interesting. Sky Rangers are 15 tons under. I don't think they've learned the lesson of tankiness winning games.
Yeah, the extra 15 tons is a lot. It's like 10% of your weight that you're just saying, nah, we don't need it. But, maybe they have something up their sleeve.
Well, I'd be willing to bet they've brought the Vulcan, and I'd be willing to bet Crossfire has the Bushwhacker. But we're going to see as we get into this.
All right, let me get all my scoreboards in. Oh, I goofed it up. How do I get that? Oh, never mind. Team display. That's the right one.
Tab Q backspace. Tap them all.
All right, let me go. Let's see. On the blue side, we have Mislinks G. Looks like just your regular machine guns. Firestarter with a small pulse. Vulcan. Wolfhound. Oh. Nothing like super out of the ordinary for blue team over here. No Overwatch, nothing like that.
We have a mini Atlas on the Vapor Eagle with LBX-10 and SRM6s. So Crossfire is ready to brawl, but they have brought a lot of firepower to this.
Yeah, the Vapor Eagle definitely packs a punch for its tonnage, and we're got a little bit of a skirmish going on right now. Jexrock, Cypher getting some medium pulse trades. No one really wanting to commit, it doesn't seem. Knives playing just danger close in that little commando.
I'm not seeing a lot of utility use out of Sky Rangers. No UAVs up, no strikes going down. This could be really critical. You see all the UAVs up for Crossfire, but they're jumping on the commando. That's probably a pretty poor target as the Vulcan's getting targeted down. Mislinks is going in. They've switched targets over to the Wolfhound. They're trading really, really well here.
Yeah,
Wolfhound is legged.
Taking some big hits though from that Vapor Eagle. They need to get Captain Cat. It's kind of devolved into this weird skirmish where Jex is getting picked on one side, and then they're trying. They've just picked the Wolfhound too. So one down for each side now. Vulcan's dead. So
that Vapor Eagle is getting so many good shots in right now, though. It's going to be really big as he takes down both arms on that Mislinks. He's finally getting focused as they've already taken down the Vulcan for the other side, so the medium advantage is definitely with Clan Crossfire. Gray Fox is pretty much out of this fight with his only two small lasers. They're picking on the Vulcan, but there's no clear target on Clan Crossfire's side. They don't have any of these mechs going down. Wolfhound's at 60%, Firestarter's at 80%, Urban Mech's at 70%. Finally, the Wolfhound goes down.
It is still, it's actually 3v2 though, because that Mislinks is pretty much stripped for all intents and purposes. It's just Carlton and Choppy left on the side of Sky Rangers. And they got to deal with, the Katana Cat goes down finally. Choppy's legged in his Firestarter, so it's up to Carlson pretty much to finish this off if he wants to win it for Sky Rangers.
Choppy is shielding like a pro as he tries to continually stay alive as the Commando runs him down. But Kamikaze getting legged there, I think that calls it. The Commando can't fight that Urban Mech one-on-one. They're about equal in health. To say nothing of the other two as they're limping around.
Yeah. Oh, Knives finally gets the Firestarter, so this is really close. It's kind of up to Knives here. Oh, Carlson kills himself. That's going to be the game, probably.
Wow, the overheat. Because he was going after the kill on Gray Fox. That was all he could get, and he knew it.
He just needed to take his time. This Commando is Knives. Okay, Knives still does have some ammo. But, I think this was definitely in Sky Ranger's favor, but he overheated and killed himself. It's now a question of can this Mislinks get the Commando? The Commando's right leg is open and kind of orange, so he could theoretically leg him. It's going to be really hard. Gray Fox, oh my gosh, his health. He's at 21%, no armor.
There's the leg.
He just blazes his leg.
Well, Knives
they're
was the
both
hero
linked.
with the 1v1, and he's the hero again on the Commando, as they both stubbies chasing each other around. There we go. Quit playing with your food. Down to 13%.
It's got to farm that damage. Oh
See,
my gosh, it was such a close match.
they
Rip
dove the
Carlson, though.
Vulcan with 2 mechs, and it took a while to get him down. I don't think that was the right move. I think you send everything after the Vulcan or nothing. But
Yeah, it's a hard call to make when you get those like weird split brawls. I don't know. They got him down fast at least, and they never really got too far behind on kills. So that was probably not too bad. I think they definitely should have focused the Vapor Eagle a lot quicker.
well, we're gonna find the tail and the damage numbers here. Knives in the Commando as top damage. I wonder how much of that is strikes, but I mean, top damage in a Commando is always something to be proud of. On the other side, we had the Firestarter with those small lasers doing serious work. I'm surprised, but I mean, he was one of the last ones to go down. We saw Carlson with the overheat issues. 229, it's all right, but the Vulcan doing 104. He got focused out early, but on the other side, the medium did 275. I think that helped. They're really excellent shooting, honestly, considering how low some of these damage numbers are.
Yeah, it was definitely, I think, the Vapor Eagle, in a way, clutching that, because I'm pretty sure he was the guy that got those big hits and knocked the arms off that mislinks so fast. Which, I mean, that's kind of the ideal target for the Vapor Eagle to be shooting. He's kind of a shotgun, and those arms, they just get chewed right off.
You got the Clay and SRMs and that horrible, horrible spread, so you need a really big target really close. And with the mislinks trying to circle you at 10 meters, it's really helpful. Panther KK 255 was an interesting choice. They took I think MPLs on it, but
yeah, I think the reason behind that mech, I'm not too familiar with it.
It's got a lot of armor quirks. It's probably one of the best
all the Panthers are like that, and it doesn't. I'm pretty sure that one doesn't have the problem that some of the other Panthers have. It has weapons in both arms, so you're not immediately just kind of done if you lose an arm.
Let's go over to our next map, where our cap point is going to be Gamma. So we've seen absolutely nothing of this map. It's going to be an entirely new meta, especially with 1 cap point. But from the Team 1 side, you could get aggressive across the top, try and streak down in, make a fight of it across the Gamma point itself. Or you could try for the Bravo spawn and go across the mountains and play more or less a high ground game. Team 2 is going to have to be alpha, but Team 1 is going to really dictate how this map goes. It'll be very, very interesting. Any thoughts from you?
Yeah. Get the lobby set up. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a light drop, and I think the only time we've seen this map so far has been like super heavy, which is definitely going to play a little different. I guess the real question is, how much do these teams want to like commit to just brawling onto Gamma, versus do they want to wait around, try and get some Overwatch up into like, you know, these high positions? You want to try and get a guy up here? Do you want to get a guy up here or up here? There's plenty of cover on Gamma, but these decks are also super fast, so you got to be really worried about getting brawled into after the fact. It might be worth it though to just, honestly, I hate to say it, but to just stick a guy with Lerms or ATMs just up on one of these hills and try and make the other team push into it. That, or you just, you know, you run at them, get a super fast deck, bring like a linebacker or something that can keep up and try and catch them before they're really properly positioned. You know, I think we did see one team on Team 2, I don't remember who it was, just run straight up the mountain and not really even worry about Gamma, but that was back on a much heavier deck anyways. So
it's going to be very interesting. I like the fact that this is a really light drop with a medium and 4 mediums and 1 heavy. I feel like this would be really, really bad with just assaults, delving into some slow slog trades, but I feel like some push decks, some aggression, and some defensive Lerms is going to be a recipe for success.
yeah.
But let's check the tonnage. What do we got?
All right, Gray Fox is ready. Cap and Cat's ready. We got Clan
270
Crossfire
to
once again.
240.
They're severely so. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and launch, but this
All right.
to me screams that Sky Rangers they just want to go in. They're not trying to play some long game. They don't have any heavy mech. They probably have, I would guess, something like a linebacker or something that's just going to be running in there with the mediums, and they're probably all running faster mediums as well.
It's going to be really interesting. But 30-ton disadvantage. I mean, would you rather have a K9 on your team? Just spare?
Yeah, that's a lot of armor, potentially. But we'll see. It was close last game, so maybe we're putting too much emphasis on that. Maybe not. I don't know. They lost. It seems like they lost an Irby for free last game, so...
Well, you can see all the high ground and everything overlooking the cap point here. This is where we expect these fights to be going down. Really gentle slope on this side, and over here you got a really gentle slope straight up to the opposite end. So, big valley. You're going to need some jump jets to get up either of these. But why don't you tell us what Clan Crossfire has?
All right, Clan Crossfire does indeed have a linebacker. He spawned actually all by himself. And the one Lance, and then they've got Dervish, Phoenix, Hawk, Crab. Let me see what's on this Vapor Eagle. Who is this? Rathnor. Rathnor's got 3 ATM 12s, so they do have one missile mech to just sit in the back. What's over there on the side of Sky Rangers?
Sky Rangers have a number of SRMs. We've got an Assassin, a Viga with SRMs, a Linebacker with SRMs, and a Vulcan scouting ahead. They've got their slow mech being this Arctic Wolf with yet more SRMs. So they are committed to brawling this straight away. And it's going to be really brutal here in a second as we get the camera up. All these high mountains. So
and neither team cares about Gamma, it seems. They're just running straight at each other up the hill. The real question is, does Clan Crossfire realize that the entire Sky Rangers team is here? They saw the Vulcan.
They've set a trap.
Have they seen anything else yet?
Some strikes would be really, really devastating if you could get them to land, but it's a matter of will this Dervish close, because the first mech that spots these guys is going to get their head blown off.
Oh, he's all by himself. He's like probably 100 meters ahead of the rest of his team.
Phoenix Hawk spots him, and he's out of range, so that's going to be real big. They're about to push. They've got to push here. I don't know what you're doing.
All right, they're getting. Looks like calls have been made. They're going on the Phoenix Hawk. How long will Matt live? He just needs to try and survive as long as he can here. And his team's not really in the best range, but can that Vapor Eagle do work? Matt already
really
did.
Clear target, but the longer this goes on, the longer the Vigal in the back with the ATMs is going to be just putting the hurt down on them. They're switching up the target to the Crab. But again, they're just taking entirely too much damage. Strikes coming down, the Dervish is free shots. The linebacker is probably going to be their next target as they move in. But
they're taking a lot of damage, but they are up 2 mechs. That's a pretty sizable advantage just because of the number of weapons you still have. Necro going down next. They need to get at least 1 or 2 kills here.
Yeah, Crossfire, you've got to focus fire. Something, just pick a target. You got 3 mechs at 40%. What are you doing? And the ATM mech's about to get underrun because he can't get away from any of the SRMs that are coming at him. The Arctic Wolf's going to be the sole mech chasing him.
Yeah, Rathnor.
Yeah, he's already underrun.
Dove. And yeah,
Crossfire.
They got run at. NSR to chat.
I want some Fs in chat.
They had
this was
some
brutal.
great focus.
That was a lot of SRMs, and there was no focus fire from Clan Crossfire. I mean, one by one you saw them. I mean, you watched the Trail of Carnage, Phoenix Hawk, Crab, Linebacker, and then they split up to deal with the ATMs. But
yeah, they definitely had good calls there. There's the big difference between how this fight went for either team. The Sky Rangers securing kills, great focus. Clan Crossfire, they did a lot of damage. I mean, most of the Sky Rangers mechs are in 40-60%. One of them's dead, but they just didn't manage to bring anything down.
I mean, there is something to be said for they clearly took a lot of XL and LFE engines because 2 of them blew up. They didn't get credit for 5 kills. They got credit for 3. So overheats and I don't know, ammo explosions.
I don't think the, well, I don't know, maybe they don't get credit on the scoreboard in game, but I think for the rules for the league, you still get the kills
Oh yes,
no matter
yes.
how
I was
they died.
just
Yeah.
saying who killed who on the official kill logs. Because Black's the only one with kills on his team.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard.
I mean, Wrath got almost 450 damage. It was a big game for him, but ATMs and split targets utterly killed them there.
Yeah, just too much spread damage. The Sky Rangers holding the poor Phoenix Hawk to just 37 damage. That's like what, 1 alpha,
Maybe
1 and a
2.
bit. Yeah.
And you can see the target priority. Phoenix Hawk went down first, Crab went down second, Linebacker third, Dervish fourth, Vigo fifth.
Yeah. And this is, I don't know, this, so we haven't talked about like overall standings for this division, but you know, Clan Crossfire, they're up there with 42, and they need to be winning this if they want to have a shot at winning this division. 42, they haven't played the Div B Bananas, the Div B team yet, but CXF has, and they're at a point disadvantage for that. So CXF needs to be kind of making up some points here, but looks like Sky Rangers, giving them a good run for their money here. All right, let me swap these teams and get the next lobby set up. Yo.
It's bad you can't actually see Sky Rangers with the way I've got it cropped on the scoreboards overall. But Crossfire with a convincing win here would definitely make up some of the ground they've got to make up towards 42.
Yeah,
but
haven't done the math. They do need some points though, for sure. All right, sorry, I interrupted
RUBELLITE
you.
releases. There's a lot of good Overwatch positions for either side. A lot of big hills, good cover all the way around Theta. But I really feel it's the more aggressive team that can take this match. You've got key positions here and here for Team 2. They're going to be much more favored on the left side than trying to take the right more aggressively. You've got some really bad choke points for them. Trying to get up here or across this red bridge, there's no cover to be had. Whereas Team 1, much easier time coming up straight across from Charlie. Oop, that is the wrong color.
And this is a pretty heavy drop, so it's going to be interesting to see who gets Theta off the bat. Because I think the team that gets to Theta first has a pretty big advantage here, right? There's a lot of Overwatch positions that you can use from either side to kind of stop any kind of cap that's going on there, and we don't have a light. So who's going to kind of commit and lose a little bit of tonnage for something like a linebacker to get there first? But then, maybe you do that and you kind of drop back, or maybe you just brawl straight at them and do what we saw last game and ignore Theta for the most part and just bank on being able to find a good enough route to the other team.
Well, I'm expecting to see a lot of DACA, probably some AC2s considering the range of this map. I mean, it's 1,300 from point to point. Yeah, almost perfectly.
Yeah.
You could see some AC5s, potentially some Black Widows, some Warhammers. I don't know. Would you take? This is sort of the tonnage where you start to shift clan to IS. IS definitely has the advantage at the top end with Annihilators and Fafnirs, and at the bottom end with Fleas and things. But I feel like 70, 80 tons is really a good spot for the clans. So, going to be interesting to see the breakdown, at least as far as which side they're picking.
Yeah. I mean, it's still like probably a good match for something like a Warhawk too, though. Like you said, the ranges are really long. A Warhawk, you can set up some pretty decent Overwatch positions here, and the Warhawk will do work there. But I mean, yeah, definitely Annihilators have been a really popular pick. So may just be more of those. AC2 spam, strong as always, and just the amount that an Annihilator can tank, and the fact that we're doing weight class limits instead of tonnage means there's no real reason to take.
Well, you've only
less
got
tonnage.
one. So if you're going to make the Assault the Warhawk, it really needs to be able to carry. If you're going to make the Assault an Annihilator, you need to use that HP. But how are we looking in the lobby?
Lobby's good to go. I've set up the teams correctly. And let's launch.
All right, they're dead even on tonnage this time, so at least we're not going to. I don't know. They were under ton by 30 tons, but they made up for it with better focus fire last match. So maybe I should. Maybe I should keep my stupid mouth shut.
Yeah, what do we know? It's like casters are here to be proven wrong, right?
For those of you wondering, the scoreboard will be on. Oh, I've crashed. I knew it. All right, tell them to run off map. It's going to take me a second.
All right.
Oi.
Let me.
Rest in pieces.
Hello. Game, please. Let me.
Yeah, the crashes from spectator mode are awful. It takes forever to get everything back in. But
it won't let me chat before the people drop. Oh.
Achieved with CryEngine.
I'm sorry, Twitch chat. I will continue to complain at PGI to make a game that I can actually use without breaking things. At least that was it. I've gotten entirely too much practice at recovering from crashes at this point. Alright, and when you get out of the match or they're all dead, can you send me that invite?
Yes, I will. We're still in the process of killing and destroying. Oh,
Sounds very exciting. Shame we're missing it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil what people brought, so hopefully they're honest and will quit the match without doing too much snooping. Oh no, is he gonna be able to kill himself?
Is he not hot enough?
I don't think he is. He might.
Can he get off map? There's a couple areas in the back that you can get out that you can just walk off.
He's overheating slowly but surely.
Excruciating.
He's slowly cooking. All right. Dun dun dun. Close. All right, we're loading back into lobby. I will have an invite for you shortly. Sorry, chat. Rip Fess's computer.
Yeah.
Or actually, it's not even his computer. It's
Yeah, I
MWO
mean,
doing
the
something.
stream's still up.
Stream's fine.
It's just PGI.
All right. Invite to lobby.
Appreciate that.
All right, we're ready.
Let's do it.
Hopefully this should be quick to get everybody ready back now that you're here. All right, if you crash again, I think we're gonna just play it out. I'm sorry.
I shouldn't. It's usually
It
once
is
in a
very
stream
early
thing.
for these New Zealanders. All the Kiwis.
Yeah, but it's what, 6 in the morning or something over there?
Yeah,
So,
I don't,
somebody
I
in chat will
don't know.
know. They're probably all watching.
Just waiting on 1 or 2. Cypher. Sky Rangers. Cypher.
Cypher.
Cypher has gone for coffee. Ready up.
All right,
All right.
let's launch.
All right. I'm just gonna ask just to make sure. I don't want to drop while anyone's AFK. I'll get their team leaders. Okay. All right. All right. Sky Rangers ready. Yep. All right. CXF ready. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Fact of life with state of the game.
Yeah. Well, if you do crash, I'll do my best to radio cast. No promises, though.
It's been done before.
Kind of hard. Yeah, so I've done it before. Trust me. Unknowingly.
All right. Hey, look, we're in the match. That wasn't so hard, was it? All right.
All right. Hopefully no more bugs. No heat bugs, please. What are we going to have today? All right, blue team, come here.
Yep.
Gotta fly through a few mountains.
Capture and hold the resource points. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
All right, blue team, Sky Rangers, pretty standard drop deck, blood ass, night gear, rifleman, 2C, AC2s, night gear, some sort of AC2s, I'm pretty sure. But they do have a Brawl Orion, I think. Is that a Brawl Orion? Yeah, it is a Brawl Orion. So they have 1 Brawler and a bunch of DACA Overwatch.
Well, we've got more or less the same thing coming in from Clan Crossfire. AC2s on the anti-rifleman and night gear. What do we have on this Novacat? Is that Lerms? Did you do it? He's got Lerms. Okay, and then one linebacker to go straight for the cap.
One Lermy boy. Check out the decals on that Novacat too. He's a winner. Clan Crossfire has gone for the linebacker, so they're sending guys straight to Theta. They're going to get this completely uncontested. I don't even think Sky Rangers is going to be in a position to even shoot at him.
Yeah, he's got that little dip on this side, so he can cap freely, and he should be able to get a full cap before anything Sky Rangers can get over to him. They're staying on the low ground with the sole exception of this rifleman, so they're planning on taking their sweet time to get over there. He might get a full cap on Theta while Clan Crossfire gets fully set up here. We're going to see some long-range trades.
Rifleman's getting pretty peppered. Knives down 12% already in his rifleman without putting out too much fire.
Yeah, this is why I said they shouldn't go try and set up on the right side. The left side's much better covered, and you can get up there without taking any shots. But you also took the AC2 deck. I don't know why you'd want to close the range, especially with them coming up from underneath.
This night gear just getting absolutely annihilated on the side of Sky
Rangers.
Get
the cover, man!
Wormed, AC2'd. We should not have stepped out so far. Already down 52%. Just getting clagged and AC2'd to death.
So
what will the rest of
a lot's going to depend on what this force down here is going to do. They've got to come right without getting spotted by everything up ground, and you can already see Knives is ready for it. They know they're down here.
And the real problem is there's not a way to get up from over here, right? They should have gone, high side first. There's like no good. You got to like turn around and go around up. Well, see, Clan Crossfire is just like already in a position to shoot you.
At least from the strats we've seen, we can kind of understand why these are some Div C teams. But hey, they're having fun. Not quite the most optimal routes.
Position. But they're working their angles as best they can. Knives almost ready to go down in his rifleman already, though.
Captain Cat over here in the Novacat, the Night Gear, he's got perfect shots. They're they're just stuck in a bowl. Like, you're
Yeah, they
shooting
can't
upwards.
do
They've
anything
got
to get out of
perfect
here.
cover. Clag's still going out from Water Deer, being disgusting.
That being said, it does seem like Sky Rangers is actually, I don't know, maybe not winning, but at least doing even on trades here. Clan Crossfire's kind of had to back off. Knives is very hurt. Cap and Cat
It doesn't matter.
very
This
hurt as well.
Blood Asp is going down. They've got him utterly pinned. He's getting shot by 4 max at the moment, and there's no cover in sight. He can't get away.
Yeah. Oh, he was. I didn't realize he was Ultra 10s and a 20. So yeah, they definitely should have gone up high. They're in a position to brawl the Warhammer's LB 20s too.
And the Onion is making his play, but he's going to have to fight the linebacker for it. He's got straight back shots. And this is just going to turn into a brutal, brutal rout of Sky Rangers, I think. Crossfire's got the superior positioning, and they know it. They're more than willing to hang back. If they can keep Knives alive, they'll deny them probably every kill.
Grey Fox was coming in, but he managed to fall. I don't know that he intended to do that. And now he's kind of in just as bad of a position as the rest of his team was.
Just staying on the low ground, getting farmed. This Annihilator is at 63%, but is he? Oh, he's got one leg, and the other one's open. So maybe stay back a little bit, man.
I mean, it's still only 1 kill, amazingly, for Crossfire, but it just doesn't seem like Sky Rangers is in a position to actually do anything. They keep getting stuck down in this low ground position, which most of them are fairly short-range builds. I don't know why they keep going down there.
Yeah, it's just now they're getting farmed. I mean, Water Deer can just have a field day with those Lerms, especially considering how healthy he is, as he lets his team absorb all of the damage and disgustingly vomits his missiles all over the place. Look away, children.
Yay, Clag.
This is just...
Yeah.
Viewer discretion is advised going forward, but...
And now Nicaro getting impatient, just running in there with his linebacker, finishing off everybody.
So
Sky Rangers, I mean, the damage numbers aren't that bad for them. I mean, Crossfire is just beat the crap, but
they took close range deck, but they didn't have a way to close the range once they went low. That really decided that fight.
They really needed to think their routing to get to Crossfire a little bit better.
I mean, you've got to stay high ground unless you have a very, very good reason to go low.
Yeah. And especially the part of the map where they were on, if they'd been diagonal across from where they were, there's a ramp on the other side of the map, but there wasn't where they went, and so they just never should have been down there.
Well, we'll take a look at the stats and see all of the disgusting Clag that Water Deer managed was 700 damage. Followed closely by the AC2 Nightjar Prime. He got 600. I mean, more or less everybody got into that, except for the Annihilator, who dealt 318 damage and probably took at least as much. But Grey Fox the Rifleman doing some of the early trading for Sky Rangers, 500 damage, but kind of the only good news story there. Black came in, got pinched, and caught out with no cover, no place to run. Had the Warhammer ineffectually trying to fight from the low ground and then sweeping around to go after the Annihilator, but never quite made it. Onion tried to make a play on the ramp, got ganked by the linebacker, and then poor Nightjar never even got to the match. I mean, 44 damage. He peeked out.
Yo.
He took all of the missiles, all of the ACs from the Rifleman and the Nightjar, and was halved almost from the moment this game started.
And the other big problem that I don't think we really talked about as the match was going on, but where their team pushed down into... Are you on the map? Can you switch to the map? I'm sorry.
Let me go to the map strat. There you go.
I do have the lobby set up, so you can do all the score updating. The other problem with where Sky Rangers decided to push down here into this horrible kill box in Delta 6 was their guys that were in Echo 4. They can't really support them at all. They would have had to either go around to F5, which then maybe you can shoot past, Because there's like this big kind of orange, this big wall here, right here where the orange is. Where if you're staying in E4, you can't really shoot down in there too much. That maybe at this Annie that was up in Echo 3. And so Clan Crossfire is kind of free to fully commit on this edge and just shoot down on the few Sky Rangers mechs that were in Delta 6. Sky Rangers, guys, they needed to go, if they were going to do that, they needed to go all the way around into Delta 5. And
I, for one, am of the
walk
opinion
up.
that the entire 6 line is cursed. You don't want to be anywhere on the 6 line. Charlie 6, Delta 6, Golf 6, Fox 6 especially. Fox 6 is an awful place.
Yeah, Fox
Stay away
6
from the
is
6
okay. It could be an F6. It's okay.
Well, you've got to fire up through the roof at everything that's firing down at you, and you're open from both sides to flanking maneuvers.
No, but you never go down. You never want to be down under these things.
Yes,
because
that's what I mean when I say Fox 6. Fox 6 low is awful.
Oh, yeah.
Delta 6 low, awful. Echo 6 low, you're getting shot from everywhere.
You're asking to get picked by a light. I know I've fallen down there and got picked by a light.
At least Echo 5 and Fox 5 low, you've got some decent cover and nobody can get directly above you.
Yeah, that's like almost what they needed to do. They needed to stay like, I don't know. Their positioning here was weird down low in Echo 6. I think they were hoping that Crossfire would just kind of brawl up onto Theta and they could catch them off guard with their brawlers or their Overwatch from Echo 4 shot at them. But it never panned out, and so they just went straight into Delta 6. They needed to just back up, take their time, and go around.
Let's take a look at our next map, TERRA. Through some scrims, I've discovered there's a lot of places you could hide and be very evil from, like, on top of mountains. Yeah.
Yes, the now infamous Lermapult positioning. Oh, gosh. We've seen Night Gears get up there, too. This is a super heavy drop, so I don't think you're as likely to see stuff get up there. And you could still see like a bludgeon or something.
I saw a supernova do it.
Yeah. If you pack enough jump jets. But I don't know, both teams are ready. Let's not keep them waiting.
Oh, right. Well,
let's let them show us what to do. It's definitely an awkward fight.
Crossfire is actually outtunning Sky Rangers this time at 420 to 405.
Okay,
but
that's maybe that does maybe make me think they have some faster assault to do something weird.
It could be a lot of the better 90 tonners because clans don't have a good 100 tonner. So if you're taking Blood Asp and Mad Cats, there's your tonnage difference right there. So you can see all of the high ground that you can crawl up and vomit your horrible missiles everywhere. But anyway,
let's see.
What do we have from Crossfire?
Crossfire, they got their Annie again. They have a Wolfhound, so he's going to be there, see if he can cap guy. They have a Highlander. Let me see. 733p. Where is he? No, wrong way. Captain Cat and Ultra 5, Ultra 10 Corsair. Nicaro Direwolf with Ultra Sues. Okay, so the Highlander is 2 LRM-20s and an LRM-15. It's a 733p, so he might... I don't know. If anyone was going to go up to that spot that we were talking about just briefly, it's going to be this guy. It's definitely the lowlander's job.
Well, Cypher taking a Mislinks is the only big surprise from Sky Rangers. They've got a lot of LBs, some LB-10s on the Sleipnir and the Fafnir, and some LB-2s on the Annihilator from Grey Fox. But they've fully surrendered this cap point. I mean, Knives can cap it to his heart's content, considering that Mislinks just can't fight him. And committed low. It's...
The advantage of the Mislinks is
positions, but they've brought LBs. I don't quite like this.
Are they? Yeah. Well, I'm lost. Okay, so Yeah, it looks like the Highlander is going up high. I was going to say the advantage of the Mistlinks is he can go up there basically for free and probably pick that Highlander if it comes down to it. So the Highlander's got to be very careful. He's not going to ever get any backup from the Wolfhound. And now we just got some initial trades.
Some missiles with this Corsair build. I mean, get the 4 AMS. Turns out they were expecting Lerms, but there is no Lerms to be had. Sky Rangers of TERRA is...
Oh, Sky Rangers have the... or no, Clan Crossfire has the...
They've got the Lerms and the AMS.
Gosh. Yeah, they have Lerms and AMS. Okay, you're right. So we'll see. I don't know, Sky Rangers, I kind of give the advantage to them if they push, because these LBs will make quick work of a lot of these assaults, and Clan Crossfire, I don't know that they're positioned to receive this that well yet.
They're not, but it's coming. I mean, the Fafnir is going in hell or high water. So, here comes the aggression, and Light Mech's going in, probably going after the Wolfhound. Yeah, unless he finds the Learnboat up top. But they've got a 4v3, because the Learnboat can't really affect them if they hug this left wall. He's trying to get some ineffective shots, but the Corsair is going to go down along with the Blood Asp. I don't know what's happened to this Dire Whale. He got chewed up. Open right torso. This is a hell of a brawl.
Is shut down in the Blood Asp, and he goes down immediately after, though, so maybe not quite that big a mistake. Dire's got to die quick. He's down. Jex goes down 2, though, in the Fafnir. It's 2-1.
And the Mistlinks is having to fight the Wolfhound. It's not the Light Mech you want to bring for that.
He seems to be doing okay, though. He's actually chasing Knives off, so maybe that's a win for him. Oh, never mind. Knives gets the kill.
Yeah, I didn't think it would go well.
Yeah, but now Captain Cat takes down the Mistlinks. Oh no, the Mistlinks won. Yeah, the Mistlinks won.
The Annihilator is dying slowly and alone. He may get a kill on this Corsair, but I think the variable speeds kind of hurt them. They had the Corsair kind of close, and he just steadily backed off. They weren't able to get enough fire down on any particular target. I don't know how effective that Highlander was, but he had some missiles coming in a lot earlier than I thought he would.
I think he did a lot of damage, yeah.
Well, gonna have to see on the stats screen.
No, not as much as I would have thought, but Rathnor definitely the big MVP.
Yeah. But as that push came in, they kept backing off, and the different speeds on a lot of these mechs started to tell. They were just kind of trickling in near the end there, making really easy targets.
I mean, it was almost a good push, but I guess the Clan Crossfire, their assaults, their big AC2 boats, they got there like just in time, right when Sky Rangers decided to push. I think if Sky Rangers had been a little bit faster, they would have made it there before the Annie and the Direwolf had lines kind of on their initial push, and they could have got, maybe 100, 200 meters closer without taking any fire. And I think, I don't know, it was a little interesting to have the Fafnir and the Blood Asp kind of leading the push. I almost would have rather had the Annie there first. Like, he just is going to tank so much better than either of those mechs.
Well, he was the last thing standing, and he did 750 damage, but he really...
Yeah.
I don't know, I felt like the Cyclops and the Fafnir could do quite a bit more. I don't know. LBs, I don't feel were the right play there. You had to get aggressive, but...
Yeah.
Some Ultras probably would have handed quite a bit bigger.
LBs are just, like, awkward, right? They're like really high DPS, and they're great for that, but with these super heavy drops, it's kind of all a question of, can you get in like your optimal range before the AC2s plink you down? Because AC2 DPS is still very competitive.
Well, I know what they were trying to do. They realized that it was going to be a hot map, and they wanted to sustain, but with the way they pushed, they had no way to fall back and let another mech come and take over in the same way they did the Hibernal Rift Alpine Peaks. There we go. Alpine Peaks drop, where they could cycle through. Like, if you were getting shot, you kind of just folded back into the back of the team, and everyone kept pushing. But with the heavier mechs, it just did not work. You saw the Fafnir rush in, tanking, but as soon as he was done, lost the side torso. He had nowhere to go. He just had to stay in the front and die.
Yeah, this is a little tight around that rock they came in around, and it's like you got teammates behind you trying to get through, and you're not really fast enough to just swing wide and go down the slope, so you just kind of die.
Well, why don't you take us through this last map, one of each?
All right, so I'm one of the few players who has a fair bit of experience actually playing on this side of the map because I piloted summoners. And so my key positions on this side of the map are here. This is the Crystal Palace, or the castle. You've kind of got some tradie spots here. There's a little bit of cover, but there's like being out over here it just feels bad. There's a little bit of a ship here, but that's about it.
I really think it's going to be a lot of alpha spawns and a lot of AC2 trading almost immediately, considering they can see each other from drop zones.
I mean, team one, it depends on how fast you want to play this, right? You can definitely march just straight across alpha to alpha and do what you want, right? Either team can do that, but team one is in a good position to receive that if it does happen, and kind of vice versa. Team two can also receive it pretty well. So that's one option, is one team decides they've had enough of this, they just want to push the other. The other option is you kind of try and set up and trade, and you leave a guy up here, you're going to spread some guys out here, and you set some guys here, and maybe even walk a guy up on these crystals.
We've got two natural choke points, which are really going to hurt people if they're trying to do alpha to alpha. We have seen a lot of Lerms this match. Do you think they'll bring them again on this one? There's really only light cover.
I mean, if you're team one, it is not a bad place to bring Lerms, right? Because there's no Lerm cover anywhere here. You get narked out in that area, you're just dead. There's nothing you can do. You're just gonna die before you ever find any semblance of cover. If you're team one, you can do Lerms a little bit better. If you're team two, it's a little bit harder because there's a lot better cover on the team one side, just with kind of these big pillars, and you got this big pillar. You can play around here. If you're getting up here, you're probably safe-ish from Lerms. This is going to be a hard map, I think, for Team 2 to win. I think what Team 2 might be better off doing is trying to come in from the side, kind of go past Theta.
Yeah, when looking at this map, I think, when looking at this set of rounds, I think you really, really are dictating which side you want to be on by this map, and to a lesser extent by Alpine Peaks.
Yeah. Looks like both teams are ready, though. I've got everything set up properly, so let's get in there.
All right, one more match. All right. Sky Rangers got one solid dropout. Let's see if they can do one more, and they won't quite tie this match.
They were so close to winning that forest drop too, though. That forest drop, it could have easily gone either way, and I think it would have gone into Sky Rangers' favor if they hadn't lost their Urbi to overheat.
Kamikaze Viking living up to his name.
Rip. All right, let's see. Looking at the mechs here. See, what is this drop? I forget. It is 1111 any. So you can bring a second of any weight class that you want. Interesting.
We have seen a lot of people. Yep, there's a Vulcan to go with a Wolfhound. So Crossfire is committing to a cap strat, at least in some capacity.
Sky Rangers immediately marching up to the corner. Rifleman taking a lot of initial trades. He's just AC2s. They've got the same, I think, Ultra 10 and 20 Blood Asp and an Annie. Well, they're lights.
They chunked out that Rifleman 2C, but they're standing here in the open. AC2s blasting. They've got a better focus fire target on this Annihilator. He can't really run. And isn't trying to. They're just going to straight up fight this through.
Yeah, they're just going. Jex, he was taking a lot of initial shots, but he has rotated out, so he's not being the target of focus anymore. And Clan Crossfire, they're trying to get their lights in, but there's still a lot of space between them and the Sky Rangers players.
I'm not really sure.
Steven goes down though, and this Bloodass does need to be careful. There are a lot of mechs if he goes right over this ridge.
This PPC Summoner does not have the DPS to be doing what he's trying to do. They've halted the advance, and I think that's going to be the end of Sky Rangers. Once they got stopped, there's no restarting the push. Everybody's too damaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just going to be rather brutal as the Javelin and Beagle. I mean, they can run away. There's a lot of slow mechs, but does you no good as Grey Fox is going to get hunted down. So Crossfire taking another 5-0 victory, it looks like.
Yeah, their medium and light just picked off the Sky Rangers light, so...
Well.
Can Grey Fox get a kill? He's down here alone with the Summoner. The Summoner doesn't actually have any backup yet, although the lights are on their way.
And they're both very fresh. I mean, even the Dire Whale's trying to jump in and get some
He's like,
fun.
I want some damage, please, guys. I'm just a fat toaster of a mech. But Knives secures the kill.
They were committed to the push. And we've seen that from Sky Rangers throughout this match. They're very aggressive. They like to brawl. But Crossfire is the better shot, and that's what this has really come down to.
Yeah. I think they should have brought a Learn Blood Asp instead of the DACA one. Not gonna lie.
I'm happy not seeing any more Lerms, I'll be honest.
Yeah, same.
Lerms and comp it feels dirty. I was not okay.
And looking at the damage, pretty good spread overall for both teams. Choppy and the Javelin though, he got bullied. He tried to fight the Wolfhound and the Vulcan and it didn't go anywhere. Yeah, overall, I don't know. Doomguard solid 598 in his Direwolf, putting down a lot of damage. 3 kills, and Knives with 2 kills in his Vulcan. I don't know, that was just pretty simple. As soon as Sky Rangers started to push across the gap, that's when they started losing.
Yep. I mean, I will say Crossfire was in the open for that entire time. It wasn't like they were taking cover and inviting the trades, but they got outshot.
They were out in the open, but at the same time, they were on their hill, so they could back off when they wanted to. I did see, they did back up a little bit here and there to just kind of alleviate the pressure on themselves.
Yeah, but I mean, the only one who got really any damage was the Beagle at 426 with Grey Fox. He was the last man standing. But I mean, an Annihilator only getting 224, a Rifleman 2C at 281. I mean, he was the first one that got chunked out. He had to keep him in cover for quite a bit. But
yeah,
Black and that Blood Asp again caught out, nowhere to go, and 150 damage. It was.
I didn't catch his build. I thought he was an Ultra 20 and 2 10s, but I think he might have been 3 Ultra 10s, which it's a good build, but it's just not quite the range you want to have, especially when you're trying to make that cross, right? You need to have 700-800 meters, especially when you're trying to compete with, a Direwolf and an Annihilator who are spamming AC2s at you.
Yeah, I really feel like it's the engagement range that AC5s work best at. The AC5 is kind of an awkward gun. It's only a little bit better than an AC2, and you're giving up a lot to get it. But it's 750 meters drop zone to drop zone. You start out, you make the turn, and you're immediately firing. I really feel like you want to take something longer range than Ultra 10s. Let's see if we can't get these guys in here for an interview, though.
I pinged them in the Discord, so we'll see. Oh, there's one. Wait,
Yep.
are you? Hello?
I'm dragging people in. Hello.
I don't know who this is though. Is he? I don't think this is our player.
He's very quiet if he is. He was in the waiting for interviews. Oh no, he's running away.
Oh, is he? No,
Okay.
I moved him back. I don't think he's on either of the teams. So
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people with Discord names that aren't the same as their MechWarrior names.
true. I don't know. It might be the Kiwis are just too tired for an interview. Let me actually private message these folks.
Yeah, I'd really like to talk to them about the. Yeah, there's Captain Cat.
Cat says okay. There's Cat. Okay. Hello, Mr. Cat.
Hello.
We're waiting to hear if Gray Fox is going to come. But anyways, how do you feel after those matches? You feeling good?
Yeah, we finished on a high, so of course that helps. Momentary lapse of salt in the it dropped 3 there.
Yeah,
That was a low point.
That was a little bit unfortunate, but oh well, we worked through it.
Yeah, it was the only match your focus fire failed. You got the message, you learned from it, and I mean, drops 4 and 5 were textbook in terms of taking down a target, following through. So
I think drop 2, the light drop on Forest Colony there, that could have gone either way at the end, and luckily the suicide kind of handed it to us.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for that poor Irby.
Yeah.
He was in the perfect position to clutch that, but
unfortunate. And then the mass SRMs versus our medium pulse on drop 3 and Alpine Peaks really sealed the deal for them, and we had a couple of guys out of position. But more than that, I think just the DPS from those SRMs on the Arctic Wolf and the linebacker and all those guys just couldn't compete really.
Yeah, they were committed to the pushes, and they took the mechs to do it. It really showed in drops 1 and 2, but as the tonnages got higher and they couldn't go as fast, it really cost them in the end. So maybe a little more trading practice from these guys.
To brawl like that on Alpine? Did you get some kind of inkling when no one went for Gamma, or what was your plan?
In training, we looked at a range stick, which is, we've seen the Gamma Alpine Peak already on, I think it was week 1, wasn't it? With the assaults, and obviously that was mostly trading, and so that was my first instinct, was to go to that. But then also I was afraid that if they hard pushed, that it would be very vulnerable, and we ran that in training. I asked people to bring in a medium pulse rush deck, but before we even got to the top of the hill with our trading deck, basically in the exact position where we caught SRoT, that they caught our range guys, and there was no contest. So that pretty much sealed the deal on the idea that we would bring rush as well. Just unfortunately, we kind of they won in the mech lab there, and also pushed one flank, beat that flank, and continued to push really effectively. So that's why we lost there.
So you guys were favoring like a lot of AC2 boats at the end. You've been practicing with JGX at all? I don't know.
Oh my god, stop with the maps.
We do have a. What was that? Sorry.
He was messing with the maps. That's what I've got on the stream.
Playing.
On your RUBELLITE drop, you went to the right from the Team 2 side instead of the left. Can you explain that a little more? Was that a mainstream decision?
Right. So with the ranged AC2 trade, I think that the left side has more blind sides, but they can just sort of appear at the top of the hill, at the top of the ramp on the left, or flank round the back there, which I don't really like. So for taking a range, I'd rather have the flat platform on the right and trade across. If I was to pick a side, though, I'd pick the opposite side for trading, because it's just got much more options for crossfire.
You think that's worth the cross across Echo 6 where you're in the open? You got
Well,
no cover there.
we didn't take any damage doing it, but yeah, I've never found it to be too much trouble. Like I said, I'd pick the opposite team is what I meant, if I was going to trade, but that side isn't too bad because you're
Gotcha.
only going to get hit by whatever's faster than you as well.
What do you think of reusing the older maps with newer cap points for this week? There's with
Tourmaline.
TOURMALINE.
Tourmaline in particular, I think it's the only one. Is it?
It's the only one for this
I
week.
guess we had Forest Colony Classic, which was still the central cap, but it's kind of the same map, isn't it? Yeah, very interesting. I was praising Krasnopesky yesterday. I think this tournament is offers some really interesting sort of head scratches for tactics when you're trying to think, well, how do I play this map? Knowing, Alpine Peaks Gamma is a great example. It really changes the whole way that you have to play it when it all comes down to that one side. But Tourmaline is the same on the left side and then the right this week. Changes it up so much.
It's been really enjoyable with the there's no real established meta for any of this, so a lot of scrims and a lot of work have to go into it before you ever see a match. You don't really know all the timings and anything else.
Kind of stresses your map knowledge a lot.
I think we've over the course of this tournament gained a new established meta for TERRA.
Oh gosh,
Lerms up high. Oh god,
no.
Cheesy strategy that it's really hard to counter. Really
Well, I
hard.
mean,
That's another one that came out of training. Really, the opposite team put a learn boat up there and just showed that had to be taken notice of. You can't ignore that the potential for that strategy.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know, I'm waiting to see it in quick play. It's gonna happen. There's some match. I'm gonna find some guy that's up there with his Lerm catapult. I'm just gonna be like, oh gosh,
disgusting. I feel dirty.
Well, somebody's got to farm, and it may as well be them. All right, gentlemen.
Wait, I have one last question before we go.
All right.
The one thing I want to know, Captain, so you guys had map choice, right? So what map was like most important? Like, why did you choose the side you chose? Like, what was it? Like a single map that you specifically wanted one side on, or was it like a couple of them?
Oh well, team 1 TERRA was it. I didn't want to have to play team 2 TERRA and have to contend with a learn boat up there. And we obviously had planned for that, but even so, there's no real answer to that from the team 2 side.
Yeah.
The volcano limbs.
Interesting.
Other than that, I didn't really mind which side we were on this week.
Cool. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Volcano Lerms OP.
Yeah. Well, how do you answer it? Like, what's your answer? Even if your mechs go right in underneath it and try to use the side of the mountain shield, he can still limb straight down at you with a UAV.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's definitely
ECM, AMS. You can try and send someone up there to get him, but it's not easy to get up, even in light.
Yeah.
And
I want to
only access up there. You have to go through the enemy team.
Yeah. I was wondering if that's why the other team opted to bring the Mistlinks, is maybe so that just in case they needed someone to go up there, he could, but he never made it. So
I think if you're ever going to beat it, you have to be confident. You've got to win the light fight, take Theta, and then set up with your own Lerms. Likely down here from the Team 2 side.
Set on the bridge? Near the bridge?
No, not near the bridge, because you can get shots from where you're at. I think Gulf 6, where you put the mountain in between you and the Lerm boat, and play your own aggressive anti-cap game, make them come to you across the choke point at Gulf 7.
Yeah, I don't think you can get there faster, though, as Team 2 is the big issue.
You can counter Lerm from over on the bridge, like the lava river that's towards the bridge there, or you can, if you've got arm mounts, you can shoot up with like a Mad Cat or something like that.
The only
but
way to
even
beat
then,
Lerms is Lerms.
The Lermboat,
Yeah,
the Lermboat
gotta
can
learn the
withstand that.
lemurs.
They don't even have to expose as long as someone's getting them some locks or there's
Yeah.
UAV around. They don't even need to be showing themselves. They just have to stand in the lava. That's all.
Well, it does say a lot that one of PGI's last patches was buffing Lerms.
Oh well.
I don't
Alright.
play the Lerms. How about you?
I play a learn blood asp, so
You guys are both
Worst-
disgusting.
The Rancor.
yeah, man, learn 95 with like 4,000 rounds. Ugh.
All right, thanks for
Disgusting, but-
casting, guys. It's always good to be able to watch back and see what went wrong and get that bird's eye view. So it's a great
Thanks for
resource
letting
for
us.
us.
It's extra
Right.
practice and different viewpoint at least. But thank you for your time, Captain. Congrats on your victory. And I believe the next match being cast is at 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow.
Can I just say best of luck to Sky Rangers for the rest of the tournament and 07 guys. Congratulations on your win there in Alpine.
Congrats to you guys, GG's Sky Rangers.
Bye-bye.
Good cast with you, Fess.